Hello, and welcome to your Week 9 Assignment 1 demo video. Hopefully you already watched the lecture video, and if you didn't, you should go back and watch that. I just noticed an error in my slides. Oh no, it was fine. It's Lab 9, not Week 9. Never mind, no error. Ignore me. So I'm going to kind of give you an overview of the assignment, and then we're going to do a bunch of stuff with it. Right? So in assignment 1, I mentioned in the lecture video, you're going to register a domain name, generate an SSL certificate, and add HTTPS to your Apache configuration. And then you're going to implement the WAI initiative and implement some of the accessibility features on your website and create a web page and tell me about it. So there's the slides. We always have that, right? Log into GitHub Education. That's going to be the first thing you're going to have to do. And access or request access for the GitHub Student Developer Pack. So the Student Developer Pack is what it's called. You're going to need access to that for this assignment. And that might take a couple days to come through, so you should do that sooner than later. It was actually, I think, pretty quick when I did it. Once you have access to that, you can continue to registering a domain name. Which, if you look through there, you're going to have to see where you can access this in your... Hold on, I can actually show you this. Give me a minute. Right, so once you have logged in to education.github.com and requested access for this will show up here. Then it's just a matter of... we see Namecheap, name, and you can explore your offers here. Just explore your offers. You can even type, I think you can type to search somewhere. There we go. So there's Namecheap. Just click on that, follow the instructions on how to access that. For name.com, click on that, follow the instructions. Oh, and there's .tech right there. Click on that, follow the instructions. And have a look while you're here. Like, look at all the stuff you can get for free. Isn't that awesome? Like, wow. We're only going to be using the free domain name out of this. If you want to use any of this stuff to play around with on your own time while you're a student, feel free. Like, there's a ton of stuff you get. It's insane, and they're adding more stuff all the time. So once you've done that and you have access to one of the DNS registrars, we're going to move on to the next step. We're going to register a domain name. I'm going to have to go turn on my instance in a minute in AWS. So to register a domain name, there's a couple options. There's name.com, there's Namecheap. I didn't put tech in here. I will have fixed that when you're watching this video, because I don't feel like re-recording at this point. But I just showed you where to access those, right? Explore more offers, scroll down, these are there. So once you've done that, you're going to have to set up your account through them. And when you've done that, you can register a domain name. Now, I found videos on how to add an A record for name.com and for Namecheap. I guess I'm going to have to see if I can dig one up for tech, because that wasn't there when I wrote this. But you can follow those. They'll be helpful. I'm going to show you how to do it with Namecheap. Then we're going to test it with NSLOOKUP and dig. I might use the GitHub, or the Google Developers Toolbox, admin toolbox, some kind of toolbox. I can't remember what it's called. The thing I showed you that I talked about. Then we're going to install certbot, which is going to let us automate configuring HTTPS with Let's Encrypt. We configure a virtual host. We put the server name in. We test our configuration, and we generate our certificate. And certbot takes care of everything for us. It's amazing. And then we can access our instance with HTTPS. Oh, and also don't forget this, update your security group, right? Allow HTTPS traffic incoming from anywhere. So let's do it. Hold on, before we do it. How are you going to get marked? I should have talked about that. So your website, as long as it's being accessed, it's out of 30. I think it adds up to 30. Yeah, 30. For accessing your website using HTTPS, 5 marks. With the fully qualified domain name, an additional 5 marks. So there's a 30 grade right there. You need to have updated the navigation bar on all of the pages that we've currently made, and you're going to create a new one, so make sure you've updated it there. That's worth 1 mark. You're going to add a comment with your name and student number on accessibility.html. That's 1 mark. Link your style sheet, which I don't think I made any marks, but it's here. You got to link your style sheet because some of the web accessibility stuff could be done through CSS, right? So you need it, and that's pretty easy to do anyway. Implement any 2 of the standards, and on that assignment.html or assignment accessibility.html, give me a 250 to 500 word explanation about what you used or what you implemented and why the standards are important. So 1 mark for the updated navigation, 1 mark for the fact that you have a comment with your name and student number on that accessibility.html, and 2 marks for updating the navigation with the active class. This is the navigation across the whole site, right? 10 marks for implementing 2 of the standards that haven't already been met by following the lab instructions, because we've met some of these. 10 marks. And then 6 marks for a 500 word explanation, or 250 to 500 words, and I'm not going to count, right? A paragraph or 2 is good about why it's important in the examples you used. So that's out of 30. For the submission, you're going to submit it to your GitHub repository and take some screenshots. The 2 that I've given you here, and this could even be in 1 screenshot, and submit that to the Dropbox on eCentennial. If you submit it late, after the due date, it's going to be 10% per day reduction. So just don't submit it late. It's actually a really cool assignment, I think, and it's not going to be horrible at all. So, with all that in mind, let's do it. I'm going to start the Learner Lab and pause for some water. Right. So it started, I'm in, and here's EC2. All things that you should be very comfortable doing. We're going to go to our running instances. Now, on www, we have this elastic IP. And I'm going to copy that. I'm going to try to copy that anyway. There we go. Copy. And I've already logged into Namecheap over here. So I'm going to go over to Namecheap. I've logged in. This is my domain, jmcarmen.me. I'm going to click on Advanced DNS. And I'm going to add a new record. An address record. The host is going to be www. And the IP address is going to be that one right there. And we click Save Changes. So we should be good to go, but let's test it out. So we're going to go into our instance, and I'm not actually going to go into this one. I'm going to do it from one we haven't used in a while. Maybe you've still got access to it. Maybe you don't. If you don't, you can just do it from www. That's fine. I'm going to log into first. And I'm going to try NSLOOKUP. I told you www.example.com, right? Replace that with your domain. Look at that. I almost typed example.com. There's the information from dig. We should be good to go. We should be good to go. We don't need this anymore. Well, I'm going to leave it there because we might want it for testing. Now we need to connect to our instance. You could do this from the command line. You could do this using the instance connect. I'm probably just going to use the instance connect because I'm lazy. And it's here. And we're ready to install certbot. So let's clear our screen and let's search for it first. Sudo apt search certbot. Oops. It helps if you spell search correctly. That should have come up with something. That's interesting. Hold on, I'm going to pause and troubleshoot. I'm on my first VM, so that's not good. Let's just close that one. It still should have worked. Let's see what happens when we install it. Maybe they changed the name of the package. Sudo apt-y install certbot, and we want python 3-certbot Apache. And don't worry about trying to follow this, right? Like, follow the lab instructions as they're written, or the assignment instructions. I'm so used to lab instructions, right? So everything. Yeah, we got certbot. So it got it. I don't know why apt search wasn't bringing it up. That's weird. Oh, see, it's there. I don't know why I didn't bring it up. It's there. Weird. So we're ready to move on to setting up the virtual host. That's how quick this is. Sudo vi. We need sudo because we're modifying system files, right? etc apache 2 sites-available, and this one's going to be www. This is your domain but without the dots. So in my case it's going to be www.jmcarmen.me.conf. And we're going to enter the following text. Server name, capitalization and spacing is super important here. www.jmcarmen.me. And :X to save and exit. See, wasn't learning vi useful? You could also do that with nano. And now we're going to test our Apache configuration. Sudo apache 2 ctl config test. That's going to tell us if there's any errors. We see syntax OK. So we're good. Let's reload the surface. Sudo systemctl reload apache 2. Should be done. We can check it with status. Weird. Let's try restarting it. Maybe we don't need to restart it here. Let's try restarting it anyway. Should be okay. And now we're going to configure certbot. This is for our SSL certificate. Like, look how quick this has been. We're 15 minutes into our video and I'm just half done the assignment. Sudo certbot --Apache. So at the prompt, you're going to use your email address. You should use your Centennial College issued email address. going to be smart and do that. Agree to the terms of service. Yeah, that's fine. You can opt out of that if you want. I'm just going to say yes. Please enter the domain names you would like on your certificate. www.jmcarmen.me. So this is where you put your domain name in. And it's done. Isn't that awesome? It's done. So, two things to do. Whoops. We need to go into our security group. We need to allow incoming HTTPS traffic, right? And it's probably from a security standpoint a good idea to remove this, but I'm just going to leave it. Because we're not using HTTP anymore, we're using HTTPS from the anywhere IP. You know what, I'm going to delete it. Save rules. We should be okay. We should be okay now. So now, let's go take a look. Look at that! That's our lab site from our server. That's exciting. And now we can visit our site information. We can see, look, it's secure. There's our domain. We can see the certificate. Look at that. It's issued to there through Let's Encrypt. It was issued right now. It expires in 3 months, which is totally fine. And there's actually a way you can automate acquiring a new one if you want. And in fact, I think the script we just ran did that as well. But you're not in this course for longer than 3 months. So that's your that's most of your assignment done, right? That's your FQDN and HTTPS. Well, I said most. That's 1/3 of your assignment done. Now we're going to do a little bit of coding. I'll show you how to do some of it, and then you're doing a bunch on your own. So I'm in my my virtual machine. We're going to create our new page, new file, accessibility.html. There's our file. We're going to add this. We're going to, I'm just going to create this file with some content in it. I'm going to steal it from the index page. I'm not going to do the whole thing. But since that other stuff was pretty quick, I'm going to do this part because I can. Oh, we need to open our index and whatnot too, right? Let's add that new option for accessibility. We should do that here. href. I should have done that before I stole that. There we go. Oh, let's turn on word wrap because that's really kind of annoying. Oh, that's why it's not showing up. So there we go, right? So I want to update that or add that right below about. Let's do that on about, right? Right here. Paste it in. Hey, look at that, it's there. And we need to paste it in here as well. Now, couple things, right? This needs to move down. This needs to move up. And change this to index. Where is word wrap? I thought I turned that on. Maybe it was just on the one doc. I don't know what happened. It's there now. So we've got our new page. We're good to go. Our navigation bar works, right? I didn't put any content in the new page, except I did put the name and student number with a comment, and I updated some stuff. Oh, I should update that too. So that's good to go. Let's update that one. Let's update that one so they're all saved. And we're going to pull this into the server. Now, on your accessibility page, you need to do some stuff here in the body, right? I'm not doing that, but you should do that. That's where you're going to do your research and put your stuff in. But I've shown you roughly 50% of the assignment, so that's not bad. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to pull it in from the server, but I'm going to do it from the command prompt because I can. And I'm going to show you something cool that you can do now too if you're using the command prompt. So we're going to SSH with our key, right? Remember the last time we did this? We had to remember our IP. Guess what you don't have to do anymore? Look at that. We're in. That's great. You can access your web server with a fully qualified domain name now. It's like it's a real web server. Oh wait, it is a real web server. It's on the internet. It's just only up when you have it up. It's not up all the time. But if you weren't using the Learner Lab, it totally would be. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Did I push that stuff to GitHub? No, I didn't commit my changes. Let's do that first, because the thing I'm trying to do is not going to work. So let's stage everything. Assignment 1, initial commit. And commit that. There we go. Git pull. That might take a second. Hold on. I forgot to hit sync changes. Oops. I was looking at it thinking, like, why did it not pull anything in? There we go. Git pull. There we go. It's there. Right? And sudo cp -r star var www html, and we go back to our browser. Not this browser, but I can refresh. Whoops. Go away. Edge. Stop trying to do stuff. Refresh here. Yep, I can see it here now. That's great. I'm just going to do it here because it's so easy to do now. Look at that. It's on the server. It's using HTTPS. That's awesome. I'm excited about that. Hopefully you're excited about that. Take care. Be safe. You have enough to do your assignment now. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.